guys, back here at the James Lego Studio, and one of the most utilized pieces of equipment, actually the third most utilized piece of equipment in this studio, besides a camera and lights, is a V-flat. So today we're going to teach you how to turn two of these, one of these, into one of those. The ones I made out of this exact setup, the exact one we're doing today, have lasted me 5 years, and they still work. I'm just doing this for a how-to video.
Gotta wait for Greg's face to show up. Jarrell, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Greg Murray. We're at Home Depot, we're grabbing some insulation for making our V-flats, and it's gonna be dope. So this is the stuff you want. Blue, it's incredibly hard to miss. Do not get the half-inch, go inch or above. Half-inch, as you can see, even right there, it's already bending. It's only gonna get worse as time goes on.
Flies, and what's next?
We gotta get some paint because we're making V-flats are white and black, not silver and blue. Although a silver V-flat can be handy.
Should we get one of these?
These little
Do you need one to make a V-flat?
No. Because you're just gonna lose it in 5 seconds.
Get one of those.
Yeah, it doesn't need to look pretty, it just needs to function. It's black. Black and black. This is why Greg's here. We're gonna put a photo up right here of the V-flats that he made. Blow over with a light fart that you blow over.
Pay for him, Greg.
100 a piece.
No.
No, I do. How many you want? You want to make like a little log cabin out of those little sticks? How many you want?
Just a good handful would be great. Thank you so much.
We're not going to be going fast. It's cold as shit. We went and we got Dow blue and silver sided foam core insulation, and we got some black paint because we have white at the studio. We paint our cycle all the time, and that's it, right? Yeah. We're going to Dodd Camera to get some gaff tape. We're here at Dodd Camera, our home away from home, and we are snatching some gaff tape. If you are a photographer worth anything, you have an understanding of what this means to your studio. I mean, you should. Here comes Jimmy. Hey, puppy dog. A staple at every photography studio. So we need a lot of it though, because we're taping up 4x8 pieces of foam insulation. Again, that's math, 4 feet times 4 sides. I'm not gonna try. We need a lot of gaff tape. Thanks, Don. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Ryan.
First things first is you tape first. First time I ever made these things, I painted them first because I was like, oh, you paint and then you tape them. But the tape just rips the paint off the material, so you don't do that. You tape first and then you paint over top of all that stuff. And then the other easy mistake to make is that you don't put them directly here because they need to fold back and forth. So like the spine of a book, the covers don't touch. There's a spine in the back. So we're gonna make a little bit of a spine gap, basically like the width of a tape, you know, something like this, that you can just have it be separated a little bit so they can fold. So even when you look at the other ones, that they have the ability. First though, is that we have to kind of seal the entire outside because this stuff is fiberglass and you don't really want fiberglass getting all over people's hands or even your own hands because it can be annoying and itchy. Lather, rinse, repeat. So you want to have it to the edge so it doesn't overlap too much. Essentially the entire outside edge of this stuff that just keeps getting all over the place. So then you kind of work your way all the way down. That's it. So we're going to repeat this on the other side too, so if you don't get every last little inch, it's fine. So there's one. And do not be skimpy on the tape. So you can take this one and put it like all the way to the edge. You like have it so it lines up a little bit. Because if you have it a little bit over, it can get caught. People's hands can pull it. So you want to have it like just at the edge. So there's a diagonal piece like this. So it comes up like that. And then just like everything else, rinse and repeat. Give yourself enough to, I used to play lacrosse in college and I really thought that like my tape skills would come in real handy. Making a book spine, and we're gonna get it right the first time. So pull tight, so this doesn't get re-sticked.
Let's see.
I hope you got that tight. Yeah, pull tight. Hey. So now we're creating a flexible yet sturdy interior panel, I guess, that these things will bend, like this will bend. So now we're gonna tape this essentially right to here, and then we're gonna tape this right to there. So we're gonna run tape straight across like that, okay? Got it? So this thing needs to be resting directly on top of the other one, like the edge of the other one. Pull this down the middle. So it'll be half and half. Got it? This is now like essentially just a binder that's flexible to allow the two panels to fold. So you can use as much tape as you want here, like this. Like we're probably gonna come back and throw another piece of tape underneath here to kind of like, actually why don't we do that right now? So flip this thing over just because we have a lot of tape from Dodd Camera. Thank you, Dodd. So here, Jack, come on this side, and then just hold this and pull it down. So it's just to reinforce that corner.
Flat.
The corner of the flap so it doesn't come off. And then just roll it over. So when you're attaching these things, make sure that this flap does not go over top, like over top of the second one, because then you're defeating the whole purpose of the flap itself. So there has to be a space where it comes right up to it. So right to the edge, like that. See that? So then this piece of tape comes down and attaches tape to board. So make sure it's about the same distance apart the whole way down. This is probably the most important part of making reinforced V-flats. Right there.
What is that?
So this is the flap we made, and we attached it to both sides using that piece of tape that we just showed you. So there has to be a gap between them, like that. Okay. All right.
Right on there?
Yeah. Now I'm sure there's some guys out there that are screaming, they're like, oh my God, he's wasting so much tape. But this is not about wasting tape, this is about making something that looks good, that works good, and that will last a very long time for essentially very cheap. That's essentially the construction of the V-flat itself, and then you can paint it any color you want. But in all seriousness, I'd like to thank Greg Murray for coming out on a -6 degree day and also choosing that day, like the only day that you were available. So thanks for picking the right day and braving the cold with us to make these super amazing DIY V-flats. And if you don't know what V-flats are, you should probably watch the rest of the video. So that's a tutorial. Super cheap, super easy. The ones you got online are $120 plus shipping and handling. Fuck that. This is 60 bucks out the door. A full roll of gaff. Each one of these is $20. Paint it whatever color you want. You know, half the price. Twice as durable. Mine lasts me 5 years plus, and you know, I wouldn't do it any other way, and you shouldn't either. Do this. Grab some friends, grab a truck, head to Home Depot on a day that's not -6 like today was. I think my ears are still cold. I can still feel my fingers just a little bit. So you can customize these things however you want. They cut super easy with an X-Acto blade. Because you're gonna be working with 4-foot by 8-foot panels of rigid material, you may have to get a truck. You may have to call a friend. It's worth it. These things are always on set. They are always being utilized, and they are worth every penny and every moment of your time to create.